Hi, so I'm recording the camera, high camera, and I'm recording the screen as well. So I can talk to you and you can see me if you need to, whilst I actually do things on the screen, which is pretty awesome. This is Firefox Developer Edition. This is tiddlywiki.com. And I thought it might be a nice idea to try and show you how tiddlywiki actually works and what's so good about it in the first place. The most amazing thing about tiddlywiki has already happened, and you might have missed it. Tiddlywiki is loaded, it's downloaded, and it's running in the browser. At this point, there's nothing else necessary. We don't need to be connected to the internet. I'll show you that by turning the wireless off altogether. The whole application is in the front end. Tiddlywiki, I guess, was one of the first ever single-page applications, and it runs without a back end usually. It can have a back end. Usually it runs like this, without a meaningful back end. The screen of Tiddlywiki is divided into two parts. Over on the right-hand side is the sidebar, which you can open and close using the chevrons at the top. So you can actually close everything in Tiddlywiki. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. You pull the sidebar back out and click on anything that looks like a link, and we'll get opening over here one tiddler. A tiddler is a piece of content. In this case, it's content that's being rendered as web content. You close it like this and open it again over here. The name of this tiddler is its primary key. Hello there, this one's called. If we click this button here, put it into edit mode, and see we can change everything about it. This text here in the box is what's creating the web content you just saw. And it's by writing a type of markup like that that we'll be able to create our own pieces of web content reasonably easily. If we open more tiddlers, they'll open at the top of this section, which is called the story river. And if we go to the tabs over here to open, we'll see the ones that are currently open. Now we can actually drag those around in the list over here, and they'll reorder over here. So we can reorder the tiddlers in the story river by dragging and dropping. We can also close them. We can close all of them by clicking this. If we want to make a new one, we can click the plus here, give it a title, and we can put some content in the tiddler, and then we can close it. So what I did there, what you can do is you can click this tick, and it will take it out of edit mode, put it back into regular tiddler mode, and close it. It disappears, but it hasn't disappeared. It's stored inside the wiki still. If we go over here to the recent tab, we'll see it's there at the top. And that's pretty cool. Another great thing about tiddlywiki is that we can put links from one piece of content to another. So here's the tiddler that we just created, and here's a link to the tiddler called Hello There. Now that link actually forms itself because Hello There is written in what's called camel case, which means that there's a capital letter in the middle of the word. That triggers things to automatically be a link. If we wanted to link to something that wasn't in camel case, so if, for example, we wanted to link to this tiddler that's called Tiddlywiki European Meetup 2017, all we'd do in that case is wrap the words that make the title up in double square brackets, and that will also turn it into a link, which will open that tiddler. If we try to create a link to a tiddler that doesn't exist, what we'll see is that that link is displayed in italics, and if we click it, we'll be told that this is a missing tiddler, but we can click this button here to create it. Once we've created it, it will exist. The other way to take tiddlers out of edit mode, which is quite convenient because you're already on the keyboard, is to press Ctrl and return. Now this tiddler does exist. So you can see that creating links and linking the pieces of content is already quite a powerful thing to be able to do. To create pieces of content, to link them together, and to put them into particular order. The other thing that we can do is categorize things using tags. These are the ones that exist in tiddlywiki.com. So if this was, for example, one of the about pages, categorize it by giving it the suitable tag. Then the tag will act as a sort of drop down to show us all the other tiddlers that are carrying the same tag. There's another way to let us open them. And so you can see, I think, that what tiddlywiki starts out, initially at first, tiddlywiki is very good for organizing small pieces of information. The one thing we haven't done up to this point is save anything of what we've done. We can tell that fact by this red circle here. It's telling us that the wiki is dirty. We've got unsaved changes. And I think perhaps today, people who've used computers for the last few years are not really used to the idea that they might be able to lose their changes from most programs. But it used to be a daily occurrence that we'd live in fear of losing work because we hadn't saved it. And unfortunately, tiddlywiki puts us back in that position a little bit. The one saving grace we've got here with tiddlywiki is that if we try to navigate away from that page without saving our work, it will warn us. Unfortunately, perhaps a lot of people are in the habit of automatically clicking these, which is why they're not generally very good interaction elements. Confirmation elements are generally not very good as a security measure, but it does sort of give us a little bit of protection. What we should do instead is click this. Unfortunately, if we do what a lot of people might think and save the page instead, I'll show you what will happen. This is absolutely the wrong thing to do. If I open the thing I just downloaded, it looks a lot like tiddlywiki. The giveaway is over here on the right hand side. The menu's all stuffed up, and the big problem with this is that it doesn't work. It works to some extent. Some parts of it do work, but some parts of it don't work. The biggest problem with that, in my opinion, is that it seems to be working. That it seems as though it's worked. The red circle is still here, showing that we've still got the same problem. So we didn't succeed in saving it for all just then. What we need to do is click the red circle itself, and tiddlywiki will download itself. Okay. So the one that we just downloaded now, here, this version, will be a perfect copy of what we just made. So I think, as I say, I think it's a bit unfortunate that using the browser's own save mechanism gives us something that appears to work, but that's definitely not what we should do. Now that we've opened this, you can see that this is now in my local file system. I'm running it over the file URI. What else is there to be said? I mean, that is the first thing you need to do with tiddlywiki.